Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm just getting a basic introduction. My name's Matt and I have a variety of content. I'm planning on a couple of different things where, whatever reason you're here, I hope you enjoy it. Really emphasize family friendly content, keeping things appropriate. There's a lot of content that I have found online that just seems to be unnecessarily like not family friendly. Consider it kind of that. Um, I'm thinking more like a PG range, maybe if it pushes in one area or another. Anything that I have on here that's above that, I will definitely let people know. I try really hard to make sure anything that I'm explaining is explained in a way that anybody can watch it. I'm historically a math teacher. I've been teaching math for a while, and at this point, I just have a summer with some time available, and I've been thinking through a bunch of different content I wanted to create over the last like year or two, and I'm ready to go ahead and just get it started right away. First content I'm going to be posting is going to be Magic the Gathering, kind of reviewing my history in Magic. That's going to be the next video you see. I've thought of a few other things if people are interested in. One of the ones I'm thinking about doing is I think I'm going to title it Simplified Sourdough or Simplified Starter or something to that effect. I've learned a lot about how to make the sourdough bread, and I found that there's a lot of information that is overly complex, and I want to simplify that for everybody. If you're wanting to get into making sourdough, you can do that, and it's a whole lot easier than you see on a lot of channels. Most of the stuff they say you need, I haven't had, and I simply make it anyway, and it's wonderful, and we've had no issues. Um, there's a lot of other content that I've thought about creating. If there's interest, definitely leave comments. Basically, I have a lot of different random thoughts and ideas of things that I would like to make happen and available for people. I also know on the other end, I don't want to waste a bunch of time with videos that don't relate to things people are interested in. Um, I do have a dog that's a Great Dane Border Collie. We're talking about having a channel just his own where we see him just playing around and doing the goofy stuff. We call it, he has some Dane days where he'll just lay in one spot for hours and not have any interest in moving. And then he has the Border Collie days where he'll be up and going and jumping, and so he may interrupt our videos from time to time. And I see that a welcome interruption. So, any question, comments, thoughts, always feel free to comment. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, that helps me out a little bit. Um, if anyone's looking to be even more helpful in ways to make sure content's going, I'm not at a point of having any income with any of this. I'm basically just trying to put information out that I find interesting, that I think other people can benefit from. My main motivation in a lot of what I do in life is being able to help other people with things, whatever it is. I have history racing vehicles. I would take cars apart, put them back together. There's a lot of, I've thought about small engine repair type stuff that I would be able to put on here if interested. I've already made some videos on simple how to for changing oil. I've done a few other things. Not a ton of my videos have made it yet online, but maybe I'll get some of those uploaded. I did even do a series on the full process of, getting deer from the field. I used to hunt deer, and I would shoot my own deer, process it, and have it on the table with nobody else interfering with the process. I don't hire anybody for anything, and I could teach anybody how to do that process as well. So, if that's something that there's a lot of interest in, that's definitely another avenue I could explore. So, if there is anything, comments are great. The easiest way to support me is going to be just subscribing to the channel to get the views going. but I also have a channel on Whatnot where if you sign up, there's different promotions all the time that they do, but usually they have some kind of money available for you to sign up. I get a smaller amount of that usually as well, and I like to go on there and just find. That's where I get most of my Magic the Gathering cards. That's where I end up with quite a few general household tools that I have available, different things that we need around the house. And I've been finding for my family, they're asking for some different beauty products that I may find there from time to time. So if I have some credit there for, from people signing up, that's great. It won't actually cost you anything. You usually get a certain amount of money for free. And then often they've gone back and forth. Sometimes they'll have free shipping, sometimes they have other promotions. So typically you just go on, you buy any one thing with the free credit, and then I get some money as well. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. So if you've not done that, that's a way to get some money, for both of us. That's one of those would be really easy to do. And then beyond that, I do have normal cash accepting sites. If anyone's like, hey, I really like what you're doing, here's a little extra money to go ahead and keep doing that, would be awesome. Or if you or someone it has a product or is working with a company that you would like me to feature your product, that's one of the first things I did was I just did reviews of various products around the house. Some of those videos are posted already. And there's that whole thing where I'll speak about specific features of products and I'll just keep it. That's what I kind of call an honest review, more so that there's very few opinions. I'll explain the key features of the products, and then just if it's something I would recommend, I'll say I'll recommend the product. If it's not, I just will leave that part out of the video and typically, just explain what the product itself is. So if you're seeing a bunch of those products around, if you want an honest review, I'm going to always have positives and negatives about the products that, if anyone's like, I want an absolute true 100% honest review of whatever the item is, those are the ones you're going to find where there are positive mentioned. And I'm going to try really hard to make sure I also find negatives about the product or people who would like it or would not like it. That's all types of things that would be pretty easy for me to put on here. I am thinking about also having a completely different avenue of maybe math content. I do teach for a couple of different colleges and a university as well. And I have a lot of my content already in video, so it wouldn't be very hard for me to have that available for everybody. So if there's someone who's working on a specific class, you need help with a specific type of question, that is something I can create custom videos just on that idea. I'm going to try really, really hard to make sure to keep political concepts fully out of the video, unless it's specifically a video designed for political stuff, which I don't plan on making. But if people are really wanting to hear a topic or idea about a thing, we can do that. I also don't plan on posting any religious content here. But again, if people want to have that conversation, we can. I'll take a peek at the comments, get an idea of what's being talked about there. But I'm not intending on being one to do full conversations in the comments. That's a whole separate conversation. I can do a whole nother video on what I've noticed about comments and how social media is playing around. I'm not using this as a social media platform. This is more of a opportunity for me to provide information that hopefully somebody else can benefit from. All right. If you're benefiting from the information, you're finding it interesting, keep watching, subscribe to different channels, keep an eye on notifications, make sure you know when new things are posted. If you're hearing something that I'm like, not really something that I understand, believe in, agree with, whatever, then you can go ahead and turn it off. That's always fine. None of my topics, unless I specifically explain, are things that should be taken as really like high level experience advice. This is all just my experience of the world and of these different things. Like I said, I've repaired a lot of vehicles. I've done my own racing, but I've not been an auto mechanic for many years on end, right? I did not go to college as an auto mechanic. I have experience with making sourdough, but I've not been in a kitchen fully like baking as a profession for like tons of years, like some of the professionals have done. My biggest experience is teaching mathematics. And beyond that, it's just what I've learned from the world around me. And I hope to convey that in a way that other people will find beneficial as well. So if we get talking about the stock market, for instance, I'll explain in those videos as well. I have been a financial advisor in the past, helped people get out of debt. I found out that those companies that advertise that, at least my experience, was that they had things they were trying to sell. So even though I helped multiple families get out of debt, because I didn't sell them the product, in this particular company, it was life insurance. Other companies, it looks different. It was like, well, I can't make money just by helping people, which is an unfortunate reality. The only way I could come close to that was teaching. But now I have a family structure that has changed a lot, and it literally just takes one family member to get a management position at any company to make more than teachers do, which is a sad reality, but it's where we're at. And that idea of having teaching being our primary income is not a financially wise decision to make. So it's one of those things that we're looking at. If I could get making money on these videos, wonderful. If I don't, it's not taking anything away from me. I just have a few hours free. I'm motivated when there's other deadlines, and I got a friend who wants to learn how to play Magic, so I'm going to work on making these videos so that he can learn how to play, and then hopefully later on today we can meet up with some other friends and play a few games. So some other thoughts and ideas going on there. I don't want to make this too long, so hopefully everyone's got a good introduction to what the channel is, why I'm here, what I'm doing. If you have any other questions, feel free to add those to the comments. I can create more videos like this in the future.